And when there's a scene in Shawshank Redemption where Red, who's played by Morgan Freeman, is explaining to Andy Dufresne, that's Tim Robbins' character, how prisoners often get used to prison conditions and eventually freedom becomes scarier to them than captivity. And Red says to Andy, he says, you know, these walls are funny. First you hate them, then you get used to them. Enough time passes, and you get so you depend on them. Andy wouldn't have it. He thinks, I've got to get out of here, and he hatches this ingenious escape plan. Well, after Andy escapes, Red eventually himself gets paroled. But after he's out of prison, he really struggles with the outside world. He even contemplates giving up, either taking his life or doing something to get himself sent back to prison. But the crisis point of the movie, he recalls something Andy had told him in the prison yard before he escaped. Andy said to Red, he said, I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. You need to get busy living or get busy dying. You need to get busy living or get busy dying. Friend, it's like I've told you, the most miserable people in the world are half-committed Christians. You're just enough into Jesus that you're miserable in the world, but you're just enough into the world that you're miserable in Jesus. You need to choose where you want to be. Do you want to be in Egypt or do you want to be in the promised land? And whatever you choose, go all the way. It's like the old Chinese proverb says, he who try to walk down both sides of the road will split his pants, okay? Pick a lane and just go with it. And now listen, I know that path is not easy. The faith that's required to actually go into the promised land is hard. But I'm telling you, slavery in Egypt is so much harder. And if you decide you're gonna go with Jesus, just go all the way. Let him transform that fearful, idolatrous heart of a slave into the trusting, joy-filled heart of a son. Some of you are there, you're a Christian, you come to church, but you have no joy in the Christian life. It's hard, I'm telling you, but every bit of it is worth it. True joy is given only to those who trust him all the way and go with him all the way. It's time for you to leave Egypt behind because God has put an impenetrable ocean between you and your previous captivity, and all of Pharaoh's condemning soldiers are dead on the seashore. So friend, it's like my TSA security line buddy Tim Robbins says, you need to get busy living or get busy dying.